Have you ever had one of those weeks where you feel like life's just where it won't let you breathe? The phone keeps buzzing or ringing, the bills pile up, someone's mad at you, and suddenly the peace you thought you had on Sunday morning feels like it's a million miles away by Wednesday. I know I'm not the only one who struggles with that. It is crazy how quickly peace can slip away. One moment you're singing worship songs, your hands lifted up, and the next you're sitting in traffic, muttering under your breath. It's like peace has wings and stress is always chasing it down. Hey, before we dive into this any further, if you've ever felt your peace slipping away, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community here that's learning to live grounded in God's grace, and we're doing that together. My first point today is peace is not the absence of problems, it's the presence of God. Real peace isn't found in a perfect situation, it's found in the middle of an imperfect one where God is present. We look at scripture, it says, "You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you." And that's Isaiah 26:3. You know, a few years ago, back when everything seemed to be falling apart at once, my car broke down. A family member got sick and work deadlines hit all at the same time. And I was trying so hard to keep it all together, but I could feel the tension in my chest like a knot, and it just wouldn't untangle. Then one night, I sat in my vehicle in my garage and just said, "God, I can't do this anymore." You know, and I didn't hear an audible voice, but I felt something shift. It was like God whispers, "You are never meant to do this alone." You see, that's peace. Not because the problems disappeared, but because His presence showed up right in the middle of it. Maybe you need that reminder today. God doesn't always calm the storm, but He can calm you in the storm. My second point, don't let anxiety be your steering wheel. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. That's Philippians 4:6, and I'm reminding you in there it says, with thanksgiving. Anxiety is sneaky. It starts with a single thought. What if this doesn't work out? And before you know it, you're driving your life based on fear instead of faith. You know, I'll never forget one particular night when a friend called me in tears. His business was struggling and he said, "Michael, I just can't sleep. I'm trying to trust God, but my mind won't stop." We talked for a while and then I said, "You know, maybe it's not about shutting your mind off, it's about changing what you fill it with." So we prayed, and right there on the phone, and he thanked God for what he did have in his life and his family and his health and even the lessons in the struggle. And he told me later that night he peacefully slept the first time in several weeks. Maybe that's a word for you today. When worry takes the wheel, prayer puts God back in the driver's seat. Let gratitude be your gear shift, not anxiety. My third point, protect your peace like it's treasure. Listen to this. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. And that's Proverbs 4:23. Peace is one of the enemy's favorite things to steal. Sometimes he doesn't need to destroy your life. He just needs to disrupt your peace. Let me tell you about my neighbor Joe. Joe loved his quiet evenings on the porch. But one summer, some new neighbors moved in. Loud music, barking dogs, cars up and down the street. Joe got frustrated every night. He'd complain about the noise until one day his wife said, "Joe, you've given them more control over your peace than you've given God." That hit me too. Sometimes we hand our peace over to people who never have earned that kind of power in our lives. Social media, gossip, comparisons, those things can drain your peace faster than a phone on 1%. Guard it. Don't let anyone or anything steal the stillness God's trying to give you. And my fourth point, choose joy in the trial. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And we find that in James 1:2 and 3. Now let's be honest. Nobody likes trials. I've never heard anyone say, "Wow, this hardship is just simply amazing." But when we choose joy in the middle of it, something powerful happens inside of us. I once met a woman who had battled cancer twice. She told me, "Michael, I used to pray for healing, but now I just pray for peace because when I have peace, even the pain can't control me." That stopped me cold in my tracks. That's what James was talking about. Peace doesn't wait for the outcome. It grows in the process. God uses trials to build a deeper kind of peace in us, and one that can't be shaken by circumstances. Peace isn't something the world can give you, and it's not something the world can take away. Peace is rooted in your relationship with Jesus. The closer you walk with Him, the steadier your heart becomes, no matter what life throws your way. So if you're running low on peace today, slow down, take a breath, talk to God, surround yourself with people who point you back to Him. And remember, peace doesn't come from the absence of chaos. It comes from the presence of Christ. If this message spoke to you this morning, I'd love to hear your story in the comments, how you found peace in the middle of your storm. I want to ask you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Monday Mornings with Michael can't be successful without you, and we're walking in this journey together, learning how to live grounded and grateful one day at a time. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you back next Monday morning on Monday Mornings with Michael.